What is the poem about? The poem is about two different stages of kites. The poet speaks of two situations of a kite. What are they? Kite on ground and kite in the air or sky. In which situation is the kite more active, in the air or on the ground? A kite is more active when it's in the air. What does it do when it is in the air? When a kite is in the air, it dances, sings and happily plays around. How is it when on the ground? When a kite is on the ground, it just lies as a lifeless paper and string. Where is the kite very happy, in the air or on the ground? The kite is very happy when it's in the air. How many stanzas are there in the poem? There are 2 stanzas in the poem. What does the first stanza talk about? The first stanza talks about how a kite lies on the ground as just paper and string, but in the sky it will dance and sing. What does the second stanza talk about? The second stanza talks about how a kite dances and happily plays with the wind in the sky but lies lifeless again when it's back on the ground. What do the first 2 lines of the first stanza talk about? Kite on the ground or kite in the air? The first 2 lines of the first stanza talk about the kite on the ground. What do the first 2 lines on the second stanza talk about? Kite on the ground or kite in the air? The first 2 lines on the second stanza talk about the kite in the air. A kite on the ground is just paper and string, but up in the air it will dance and sing. What is the poem about? The poem is about 2 different stages of kites. The 2 stages of a kite are kite on the ground and kite in the air. What does a kite do when in the air? When a kite in the air, it dances, sings and happily plays around. What do the first 2 lines of the first stanza talk about? The first 2 lines of the first stanza talk about how a kite lies lifeless, just paper and string on ground. What do the first 2 lines of the second stanza talk about? The first 2 lines of the second stanza talk about how a kite dances and plays happily with the wind in the air. Airo answer A. Kite. Airo answer B. Double airo answer B. Triple airo answer A. I zero answer hobo A.